Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Boop, boop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, happy Thursday. Oh my God, it is Thursday. Happy Thursday. I hope everybody had a great day. If not a great day, then at least a good day. So it's Thursday. That means last night I watched Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna recap and rant about it a little bit. And it looked like it was the last day in Vegas for the ladies. So some of the ladies were going out. But before they went out, Dorit talked to PK on the phone. She told him about Magic Mike. And then PK had said that he had spent the night, he went out with Mauricio. And PK said that Mo said he's just had a tough year. It's been a tough year of marriage with Kyle. And PK kind of said that him and Dorit had a tough time as well. Kyle at the same time was talking to Mauricio. I was wondering at first, I was like, why is Mauricio not showing his face? But then I thought, well, maybe it's just because he's driving. I don't know. I felt that there was some tension there. Erica and Crystal went out to lunch, and Crystal had said that she thinks that if Sutton was pulled first, that she wouldn't have a problem. Like there wouldn't be the problems that they had. And Erica had and Crystal had said I think she said something like she kind of expected her to, have like a meltdown or something. Erica said, listen, she's at a time in her life where she's calm and no one's really going to take that away from her. And you know what? Good for you. Part of me was thinking at the start of the season when she was kind of calm, I was thinking that maybe she's thinking, hey, listen, you got rid of my friend and my ride or die on the show in Rinna. So I'm not going to give you guys anything else. I'm going to calm down and then you'll see what you get. But I don't know if that's the case or not. She's very calm. She's very, very unlike the Erica of past, which I like. And Crystal had asked, do you miss your old life? And she said basically what she misses is the coziness, like having a house and it being cozy, and the security, but she said she wouldn't go back to her old life. Garcelle and Sutton go on a gondola. They try and attempt to talk about Garcelle bringing her family up to the women. That didn't work because Luca, the gondolier, is that what it is? The gondolier, he really wasn't having any of that. He was using his 15 minutes and not that on Bravo to showcase his voice. I thought it was funny. I thought it was something that we needed. I thought it was a little comic relief that I appreciated. So Dorit and Kyle go out to lunch. Listen, this doesn't have anything to do with what happened, but to be honest with you, when Dorit was like, we're going to share a chopped chicken salad and we're going to split a tuna melt. I was like, splitting a sandwich? What the hell? That's how I got the way. That's why I look the way I do, because if somebody were to be like, do you want to split a tuna melt? I'd be like, no. Do you want to go to hell? Seriously, do you want to split a salad in this sandwich? Do you want a fresh slap? Do you want a fresh mean slap? Do you want to go to hell? That's what I would have said. But that's why I'm never going to be that size. Oh, no, I won't. So there we go. So I got off the rails quickly. So listen, I have a problem with this. Dorit, because Kyle is not drinking. And Dorit was like, but why aren't you drinking? And Kyle had said, Dorit had put out there, was it maybe because after what had happened with your sister? Is that why? And she had said, no, she feels like she's clearer now. Like she's much more clear, and I don't want to say focused, but yeah, probably focused. And everybody else seems to have a problem with it. Like Garcelle misses the old Kyle. Dorit misses the old Kyle. Sutton is chalking it up to a midlife crisis. But Kyle just feels a lot clearer when she's not drinking. I really don't understand what the big deal is. I mean, Kyle had even said that in the past when she was drinking, she was drinking, it sounded like peer pressure because, everybody's going out and drinking and that's what she's doing. And she's just over it. She doesn't want to do it anymore. So I don't understand. If you don't want to drink, then that should be her prerogative. I don't think anybody should be kind of forcing her to drink. I don't think they're forcing her, but they're kind of like making faces of like, but why? I mean, I've always said, honestly, if you are a fun person, then you don't really need alcohol to make you fun. If you're fun, then you're fun. That's what I always thought. And then they talked about Kyle and Mauricio's marriage. Kyle basically had said she expects more from him. And they're at two different points in life. Like Mauricio, he's with the agency. He's a salesman. He's a real estateman, and not just in any market, but he's in real estate in Los Angeles, which is probably one of, the top two markets in the United States, I would think. I mean, maybe that New York City, but I mean, he has to go out, he has to sell, he has to schmooze, he has to drink. And she just got tired of having to go out, be social, and drink. She's at a point in her life where she would just rather like stay at home, read. I'm with you, Kyle. I am absolutely 100% with you. She's working on getting her inside good, and working on her mind and working on herself. And he's more focused on work. So they're just at a point where they don't have a lot in common besides, I would think, their kids. Listen, in this scene, did anybody else think back to season 1 with the dinner party with Alison Dubois when she said, "Trust, he will never emotionally fulfill you"? That's all I'm saying. Because it, to me, doesn't seem like he is. So next up, Garcelle it turns out Garcelle and Oliver had lunch. And I don't know if Sutton was there or not. She might have been, I don't know. But in the past I was thinking, oh, was this the one wherever they sat down with, where she sat down with Lisa Vanderpump? But it wasn't. And they were just talking about like the whole makeout session with Raquel on Vanderpump Rules last season. And I guess Oliver had gotten a lot of backlash and a lot of heat on that because everybody thought that he was still married. As it turns out, him and his wife were separated at the time, but he got a lot of backlash on that. Next, for the last night in Vegas, the ladies went to dinner. They went to dinner first, and then they went to a cowboy bar. Those, I mean, it's Beverly Hills. What am I going to say? Those outfits. But I mean, when in Vegas and you're from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I mean, it's going to be over the top. The thing that I didn't understand, nobody else is going to mention this, but I thought it was kind of weird how Sutton is very manners. They were at dinner in a very fancy restaurant, and she kept her hat on at the table. I don't know. I mean, it's not a big deal, but for somebody who's very manner oriented, It kind of struck me as odd. So once again, there is a game. Garcelle has a game and it's questions. So the first question was something like, is monogamy natural for humans? And Erica goes into this. Erica sounded very like learned and everything, very educated, but she was saying basically that she said no, and she said that female in lions, the lionesses, are always seeking out like the younger bloodlines and the younger male lions for mating, and which Dorit, I agree with Dorit. She's like, that is insane, because Erica is the one that picked like the oldest out of all of the lions. Like, she went for the grandpaps. That's true. The next line of questioning was about cheating. Now, the question from, hold on a second before we move to that. And Kyle then had said, it's hard for some people to be monogamous. You think? I'm not saying that about Kyle. Or am I? I'm not saying about Kyle. But Garcelle, going back to cheating, Garcelle had asked the question of, if you're married, is one time cheating enough to let a marriage go? Kyle had said, I don't know. And then they showed different flashbacks from, I think it was like the 2013 season. And there was all of this like magazine coverage of Mauricio's alleged affairs. And they showed all of those. And then she said something like, do I look like, what did she say? She said, do I look like a person who's going to know about it and let it go? You might. I'm thinking you might. Garcelle had then told her experience. This is crazy. Her husband was cheating on her for 5 years. For 5 years. She was like, I don't need none of this shit. Put him on blast in like a chat group, like a text group. Spilled out everything. You go, girl. Good for you. Good for you, Garcelle. And Erica, the next question was from Dorit, and it was something like, at what moment does money stop making you happier or happy? Erica, I'm going to tell you, I was, for most of this episode, I was finding myself in a position that I hadn't found myself in since like the first season that Erica was on. Because when Erica first came on, I liked her. I really liked Erica a lot. And then this of the last 2 years started happening, and no thank you. Plus she wears fur pretty freely. But she had basically said, at what moment? It's the moment when the lights are on, when you have electricity, you have heat. She said that she has such an anxiety with money because she doesn't have the money that she had before, and she doesn't have that safety net. She doesn't have she's not 100% positive that the money's always going to be there to pay the bills, to pay the utility bills. She said she's okay with having downsized, because now when she buys something, she knows that, listen, I worked and I earned that, and it's through my own work that I got that. Like I said, she said it's difficult at times because she doesn't have that safety net. She doesn't have her husband's another income to fall back on. And she also had said that she'd gotten defensive for a long time just because there was so much being said about her, and she thinks a lot of people wanted it all to be true. But she had said that now she's gained a sense of who she is versus what was being said. So I I really did enjoy seeing this softer side of Erica. I don't want to say it's a complete redemption tour, but I will say I was impressed with that. Is she just saying things that we want to hear? Has she really changed? She might have. I mean, she might have. Next, they went to Gillies. Now, before they went to Gillies, Sutton was like, I love everything country, and I like cowboys. I listen to country music. I like riding a bull. Yeah. So if you just said that, why are you so nervous about riding the bull? So they go to Gillies. Kyle was a good sport. Kyle's usually a good sport on these things. She rode the bull. And listen, I kind of agree with Erica in what she said. I mean, based on that bull ride, I can kind of understand maybe partially why Sutton doesn't go on second dates. She got up there immediately and was like, don't pick me up. Don't throw me over your shoulder. Don't be rough with me. What are you going to do? I was like, oh. And then she gets up there and she is super stiff. Like Kyle was like, woo! Kyle was like, and then there's Sutton. She's like, ma'am, take me down. That's it. It's like 14 seconds. That's okay. I'm tired. Take me down. So, and honestly, once again, I'm not the hugest fan of Erica's, but when she said, what did she say? When she said if Sutton's bull riding skills are anything like her D riding skill, it's no wonder she's not getting any second dates. For real though. Listen, for real. I'm not mad at you for saying that, Erica. I might agree. So the next day they are leaving to go home. They're waiting at the elevator. Who happens to be on the elevator? On the Hellevator. It was Davis from the Magic Mike show. And I think Mikey was on there too. They're on the elevator. And what does Erica do? Erica puts Miss Sutton on the spot and says, well, here's your chance to apologize for saying their show was shitty. And Sutton was like, I never said it was shitty. I never said it was shitty. You are amazing. Y'all are amazing dancers. I just did not like the spread legs. I did not like the coochie spread. And she apologized. Well, then, well. You know things are not going to go well on the bus. So they get on the bus. Sutton starts off saying that it was mean of you, Erica, to I felt like you purposely embarrassed me. And she basically then had said that just because like I didn't approve of that, I didn't mean that others had to have a bad time. Erica and everybody else were kind of calling her out and being like, well, you know, you made a really big deal about it. Kyle threw the unhinged word out there and everybody kind of agreed that she was unhinged. Sutton apologized. She said, though, that she kind of felt cornered by everybody. Dorit moved over to like next to her, I guess, to try and like to calm her down. That and comfort her. That kind of really didn't happen so much. She was trying to calm her down, and then Garcelle and Sutton were both kind of a little bit ganging up on her. And Dorit, but the thing is, and this was odd. Dorit had said to Garcelle, Garcelle had said to Dorit, you know, I wish you would have gone out after her, meaning after Sutton. And Dorit says, I wish I did. I wanted to. You really did? You really wanted to. You were zooming in so hard on that dancer's D's nuts that, listen, you had no idea where you were, what planet, who your husband was, that you had a husband, what the hell time it was, what day it was, what year it was, where you were, what universe you were in. Come on. You weren't going to go out there. You weren't going to leave. They just barely got you out of that seat. They had to suction cup you up out of that seat. Please don't tell me you weren't going to leave. You were going to leave. I was going to leave. No, you weren't. That's not even what accent that is. So, and Dorit had said to Garcelle, listen, you should have tried to take her down from a 10 to a 2. Garcelle's like, you don't know what I was saying. I'm not her therapist. I'm just her best friend. So, listen, was she unhinged? She was a little unhinged. But at the end then, she apologized for how she felt. Now, listen, you shouldn't really have to apologize for how you feel, because that's how you feel. I mean, I'm going to keep the same energy with everybody. If that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. Don't apologize for how you feel. I mean, that's all I'm going to say about that. So they get home and, let me see. So Erica and Garcelle meet for lunch. I'm going to tell you, I really thought that I would be mad at this, but I kind of enjoyed them being able to get along. Garcelle and Erica had talked about, Dorit, and Erica had said she really thinks that they'll be able to come around on a friendship, and Garcelle hopes so. Garcelle said she thinks they'll be able to as well. And Erica made a good point. Erica was like, listen, Sutton had a big stack of ones. She was all ready. And then came the flip. And then she just hijacked the night. And rather than it being about celebrating Crystal's birthday, it turned into consoling Sutton, like making sure Sutton was okay, which wasn't right. And Garcelle had brought up something that Erica said last year. We didn't pay any attention to it because Erica was an asshole last year. But she had said that basically she just needs to let Sutton defend herself sometimes and not constantly jump in there and always defend her. I agree. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong. And like I said, I was shook as anybody else that these two were actually meeting for lunch. It blew my mind. But once again, I didn't mind them together. Like, I thought it was nice. And lastly, Kyle went over to Sutton's house. Listen, I'm going to tell you what. Sutton, this is what I think. I think Sutton had more than one cocktail. It's like in the afternoon, she had more than one cocktail, I'm thinking. Sutton had said that Erica intentionally embarrassed and hurt me. And then she did that lavish over the top recreation of how she thinks Erica had greeted the dancers in the Hellevator. And she was like, Sutton! Oh, this is your chance to get in and apologize for telling people you were so shitty. Listen, first of all, before I get into my opinion on that, that's how I'm going to answer the door. When anybody comes to the door, it's going to be like ding dong, and then you'll hear Jack barking. But then I'm going to answer the door like this. First of all, I'm going to have my cane probably. So I'll be here. But if I didn't, this is how I would answer it. I would go like this. I would go, oh, Debbie! Everybody welcome, because it's me, Debbie! Woo! That's how it's gonna be. Right after I get my doorbell ringer changed to it being Meredith Marks going, you can leave. Then you'll see me answering the door going, Debbie! Like that. Okay, now listen, if you're listening to this with earbuds in, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if the dogs are barking. So listen, that over the top, that was honestly, that didn't happen. It didn't happen that way. You immediately know this girl's tipsy as hell. So Sutton had said off camera, listen, Kyle didn't have my back. Kyle didn't have my back. She isn't a true friend, and she's never going to have my back. And then she went into this defend your friend, defend your friend, defend your friend, defend your friend. Kyle said, listen, I saw a friend in distress. That was Sutton. I saw my friend in distress, and I went to help you. And then you just say that you just inserted yourself. Well, fuck you. That's what she said. Really, that's what she said. Kyle said, listen, you have a habit of losing your shit in ridiculous circumstances. Name it. Name it. Name it. Name it. Name it. I'm trying to. Can you let me? Name it. Name it. Name it. Listen, I'm going to tell you what. She did. The ugly leather pants. The Lake Tahoe trip with Crystal. When she went over to Garcelle's and everybody else had pitched in for a gift and she didn't have a gift. Those are three. So listen, but if I'm trying to talk and somebody's going, name it, name it, name it. I would have done the same thing Kyle would have been. I would have been like, bitch, you're going to stop talking or I'm going to leave. Before that, I'm going to throw this drink right in your face and I'm going to hit you with the breadstick. Avi, give me a breadstick. So that's it. So listen, that's it. Now afterwards, Sutton on Watch What Happens Live, Sutton had said that her meltdown was a combination of the pants, of the offensiveness of the leg spreading, but also there was something personal that happened that day that is going to come to light in future episodes. She also had said, I have written down, she's saying she thought, okay, she's saying that she did say that she thought that she would be called up and she didn't want that done to her. So that's what she said. And once again, more to come on the future. On Kyle, on that whole scene with Kyle, she said that she was like super tired that day and it kind of felt like Kyle was really gunning for her. And listen to this, Sutton. We know that Sutton's spousal support. Sutton gets $300,000 a month. That is after taxes. That is after taxes, y'all. How the hell much is she getting if that's after taxes? Wow. So there we go. That was this week's episode. If you watched, let me know what you thought in the comments. With that, I'm going to get going. I think Golden Bachelor is on tonight. I know Bachelor in Paradise is. So, if nobody told you yet today, I love you. You are loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and understanding out there. Please take care of one another. Please also, no matter where you're at, number one, be aware of your surroundings. And number two, always stay safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow for Friday. Oh, Friday. Okay. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.